everyone and welcome back to Mega Man Legends 2, where today it is time to begin helping out around Pokte Village now that we've driven the pirates completely out of town. Technically you can start doing this as soon as you've entered Manda Ruins, but it didn't feel right to enter and then immediately leave in order to help out around town. I wanted to make sure the ruins were done and then we'll help out. So yeah, one of the houses actually survived, which is nice. Over here there is a trash can with a bowling ball. We've got a junk shop right here. He doesn't have a lot that he can sell at the moment, given his shop is destroyed, but he does sell a few things. That's a regular house. I think you have a general shop? Yeah, I believe you do. And let's see, there should be around here. I don't actually see her, but there's supposed to be a little girl in pink. It might be that we actually need to leave the town and then come back again. So let's do that. Okay. Ah, there you are. Hello, little girl in pink. If we speak to her, I came back to see if that giant crab robot was gone. I'm so glad it's safe again. What? You got rid of it for us? Wow, you're amazing. I like strong men like you. Everyone's working hard to rebuild the village. We're also collecting donations. Would you like to make a donation? It's 500 zeni. I highly recommend you do this because this helps us rebuild the town. Alright, we're gonna make 4 donations, leave, and then come back. The more donations you make, the more progress they'll make towards rebuilding the town. Okay, looks like almost every house is rebuilt now. Just the junk shop left to go. Let's make 2 more donations, head out and revisit. Actually, I'm curious. Okay, you're still collecting money. This is something I actually didn't test. I don't know if she stops you from donating more once it will have once the amount of money you've donated will be enough to rebuild everything. Okay, still not done. That's still damaged. It is partially rebuilt, but still damaged. Okay, I'm testing this. I'm going to test this. She's still taking donations. And it's still broken. Okay. I've genuinely never checked this before, so I'm really curious. Okay, so she does stop you once you've donated enough money to fully restore town. Alright, so out and back in one more time. That is very good to know. You don't have to keep going out and back in, you can just keep donating until she says you're done. Awesome! Okay, there are 2 houses here we want to actually investigate, because there's some stuff we can steal from them. We're wonderful people, stealing from the people we saved. Chest over here has 2,000 zeni. Cabinet over here has 1,200 zeni. And let's see. There's another house with stuff we can steal. We're wonderful people, aren't we? Just absolutely the best. And I believe for this one we want to check this cupboard for 1,800 zeni. And actually, I'm kind of curious to talk to everyone in town as well. There's ruins all over the place, but I imagine it's hard to get inside them. I mean, they wouldn't make it easy for just anyone to walk in now, would they? I suppose, though I did just walk in. Okay, who's next? That's a general shop, so we'll go there in a little bit. Oh, I ran at the first sign of trouble. I'm too old to be a hero. You know what? Respect. Huh? You say you saved the town? Well, I guess I owe you my thanks then. You can't help others if you can't take care of yourself first, so do that, always. You must be pretty good to clear out those ruins. What? You found a giant green monster inside? I guess the legends were true, then. But yeah, if you are in an emergency situation, you have to be able to take care of yourself first. If you can't do that, you're not going to be helping anyone else. No use trying to help someone and then both of you die in the process in an emergency. I also heard that she's giving valuable gifts to anyone who passes the test. I feel like I'm missing context of this conversation, but thank you. I actually know what that's referring to, but we'll get to that in a minute. Do you have anything new to say? Helping people is fun. I wonder what I should collect donations for next. Hey, you've got a charitable spirit. That's awesome. Alright, junk shop. We're finally open for business again. I've got more items in stock than before. Come by and take a look. Alright, let's go ahead and go shopping for new buster parts. Ooh, attack energy and range +1. Attack energy and rapid +1. Massive upgrades. And let's see, let's go ahead and buy new Bionics parts to increase our max health, another extra pack, and another medicine pack. Nice little advantage of buying the extra pack and medicine pack is it also automatically refills them, so we don't have to use the recharge option to spend money on refilling them. Yeah, they should be back up to full now. Very nice. Now then, I could buy the next life upgrade. There's 2 more before we're fully maxed out. I'll save it. I actually kind of like this idea of just grabbing 1 life upgrade every dungeon or so. We could max out right now, but well, let's keep it slow and steady. Alright, in the general shop we can buy. With the help of yours and others' donations, I've been able to reopen my store. I've got more items in stock than before. Come by and take a look. Alright, we can buy several things out of you. The stuffed doll, the toilet cleaner, the houseplant, the comic book, and the vase. Most of those items are actually decorations for the Flutter, and we're going to need those for a side quest we've actually been working on. The side quest also involving repairing the living room, buying the TV, the newspaper, the fridge. Lots of upgrades we can get for the Flutter over the course of the game. There is one more thing we could get, but we can't afford it quite yet, so we'll come back for that later. Probably do some grinding in the Pokte Caverns to be able to afford that. Alright, is there anything else? No, nothing else in the main village, so we're gonna head up north to the mayor's house. You know the mayor's house, right? We've been there before, just never went inside. And definitely didn't know it was the mayor's house. I recommend you have a guide ready for this, because it's very rare that someone's gonna know everything that you need to know for this. Yai? Hello, Yai. Thank you for saving our village. This is the school, where we study and take quizzes. Okay, I guess it's not the mayor's house, but that is the mayor. The mayor says she'd like to thank you. Please talk to her first. Alright, will do. I heard you were the brave soul who saved our town from those pirates. Thank you very much. Say, would you like to try our quiz? It's a lot of fun. You'll need to pay a small fee, but if you get all the 8 questions right, you'll win a fabulous prize. If you want to take the quiz, come talk to us. This is going to be almost the rest of the video. After we're done here, we'll go and do some item development with Roll, but this is going to take a very long time. The quizzes are the quizzes. Want to try taking my quiz? It'll cost you 100 zenny. If you get all 10 questions correct, you'll win a prize. No, hold on. We'll hold off on the mayor's quiz. And first we'll speak to Yai here. I'll help you get ready for the mayor's quiz with my own. If you can pass my quiz, I'll give you a prize. Do you want to take my quiz? Yes. Well then, let's begin. The 3 most well-known teas are Darjeeling, Assam, and... oh god. I already don't know it. This is why I recommend you have a guide up. There are plenty of guides on the internet for how to clear these quizzes. And they have most, if not all, of the answers available. Let's see, I'm using the one in Keyblade 999's guide on GameFAQs, thank you to Keyblade 999, which is also where I'm getting most of the information for this playthrough. Though also, of course, fact-checking it myself. Let's see, Keymoon is the other most well-known T. Not bad. How many albums did the Sex Pistols release, not including compilations? I don't know. 1. Alright, which of these is not a type of cheese? I know cheddar, brie, and American are all types of cheese. American. It tastes like plastic, but it's like that for a good reason. American cheese is specifically designed the way it is so that it is shelf stable and lasts a long time, which was very important during, for example, the Great Depression. There's a reason American cheese is like that, so Kaiser must be fake. The most common element in the Earth's crust, I'm pretty sure, is carbon. I'm about 80% confident on that. 90% sure, 80% confident. It is iron, apparently. I would have thought most of the iron would be more towards the core. Which group sang the song Hungry Like the Wolf? Duran Duran. I know that one. Which of these is a mammal? Not the sea bass, not the sparrow. I'm pretty sure the raccoon, but I don't want to... It might be more embarrassing to some people to look it up, but I'd rather just not get it wrong. Yeah, it's a raccoon, that's what I thought. Who invented the light bulb? That would be... I think that actually was Edison? Yeah, that was Edison. How many legs does the spider have? That's 8. They're an arachnid. Which of these stars is in the constellation Lyra? I don't actually know. It is Vega. One more. What is the modern name of Constantinople? Istanbul. There is a song about it. Drat, you got all of them correct. Well, I guess that means I have to give you this pencil. What a wonderful prize. That'll come in handy later. Okay. That is one quiz done, now for number 2. I was the mayor's first student. If you can pass my quiz, maybe you're ready for hers. I can help you get ready for the mayor's test. Let's do it. Alright, let's begin. The monk said to be the Middle Age's most famous natural scientist is... I do not even begin to know. Bacon. The one answer I was going to say was definitely wrong. Is the correct one. The Christian movement to reclaim the Iberian Peninsula was called the Reconquista, I believe? Yes, the Reconquista movement. Which of the following is a computer programming language? Basic, I should know that, I am a programmer. Where was Euro Disneyland built? Probably Paris. Yeah, Paris. Which of the following is not a Benelux country? Oh, I don't actually know what Benelux means. Oh, those countries are just basically based off their first few letters. Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg. So, Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg. So, Denmark. Fair enough. No! I accidentally double-clicked X. I'm so sorry. I've embarrassed myself. Truly the greatest humiliation ever. Huey Lewis and the News. I know of them, but I don't know them. Sports. Which country did Columbus think he was in when he found America? I thought oh, duh, he thought he was in India. That's why it's called the Indies. Basic. Which of these igneous rocks is the most common? I wanna say they're basalt or granite. It is granite. I had a 50-50 chance after I guessed 50% of them. Which part of an owl's body is a different size on the right and left? I want to say ears? it would help them to it would help them to locate sounds easier. Yeah, it is ears. Yeah, you can also kind of see why you would want to have a guide ready for this. This covers such a wide spread of knowledge that it is unreasonable to expect any one person to know it all. DNA is shaped like a double helix. Oldest world heavyweight champion in boxing. Also worth pointing out that this information is all as of the game's release around the early 2000s. Very early 2000s. I think 2000, actually. That would be George Foreman. First emperor of the Roman Empire would have been Augustus? Yes, it was Augustus. Which nation built a wall dividing Berlin in 1961? The Soviet Union, I think? Oh, East Germany. Okay, fair enough. That was my second guess. But it was because of the Cold War and because of the Soviet Union, I believe. How many states? There were 13 colonies. I'm impressed. You might even be able to pass the mayor's quiz. Here's your prize. Try again if you want. And we get notes. Yay, that'll be useful eventually, I promise. Want to try taking my quiz? It'll cost you 100 zenny. If you get all 10 questions correct, you win a prize. Let's do it. Good luck. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. I know the album, I don't know when it released. 1973. I'm not that old. How many albums? That was one. We answered that earlier. Which of these cities has the highest latitude? London, because the UK is pretty far north. It's kept relatively warm for how north it is by warm currents coming from the West Atlantic, from the Americas, from the Gulf of Mexico, up across the Atlantic, going northeast, hitting the UK, and that warm ocean current actually keeps it fairly warm for how north it is. Yeah, London. Which is one of these elements of the noble gas? Not oxygen, not carbon. I'm pretty sure it's argon. Which of the following animals is not a hermaphroditic species? Earthworms are hermaphroditic, snails are... Oh, so... either oysters or woodlouse. It is woodlouse. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oyster, I was going to say, is probably hermaphroditic, but I was not confident enough to say that. Crocodiles are known to sometimes swallow small stones, probably to aid in digestion, but let's fact check that. To use as weights. Oh, so possibly to help them with buoyancy in the water. That makes sense. Usually when an animal eats stones, though, it's usually so they can use it in their gizzard to help digest food. The edict issued in 1598 that granted freedom to the Huguenots was... I've got no clue. The Edict of Nantes. In what year did World War II begin? Would have been 1939. What is the name for the fusion of Greek and Oriental cultures? Not Mesopotamian, definitely not Hellenistic, because that was just ancient Greece. Definitely not Egyptian, it has to be Indus, by process of elimination, but that don't sound right. It is Hellenistic, what? No, wait, Hellenistic is just like pure ancient Greece. It's what you think of when you think of Mount Olympus and the Olympians, Zeus, Hera. Something's not right here. Is it referring to, like, Persia? Oriental is an outdated term. I believe it's generally considered offensive nowadays, but that's the term the game's using, unfortunately. And obviously they did not intend it in an offensive way. It could be that, like, it's referring specifically to the era when Greece and Persia were in conflict with each other. And if you consider Persia to be Oriental, Orient meaning to the east, I suppose it makes sense, but it doesn't line up with my knowledge. Of the following events in American history, which one is the oldest? Not the Civil War. Not the Revolutionary War is when America got independence. This is the most recent by far. All right, you did it. Congratulations. You get a textbook and Energizer pack as prizes. Ooh, new Buster part. The textbook will be useful in due time. All right, give me just a moment, and then we're gonna take on the last quiz, which is a brutal one. We're gonna be here a bit. All right then, let's go ahead and take care of the quiz. Did you know that there's something in the village even better than the prize I gave you before? I've been waiting for the right person to come along to give it to. I figure you're the right person to let have it. If you want to buy it, it'll cost you 2 million zenny. Or I can give it to you if you answer 100 questions correctly. What do you want to do? Let's take the 100 question quiz. Let's save 2 million zenny that we don't have. I knew you were the kind of person who loves a challenge. If you get a question wrong, you'll have to start over. Good luck. All right, welcome to the very hard quiz. 100 questions. Let's get going. Belgium declared independence in 1831 from which country? I do not know my European history. I want to say Prussia. The Netherlands, apparently. Which I guess was my second guess, but I didn't say it, so. We already did the Edison question. Like a Virgin was Madonna's second album. Whereas London, it's in England. If you roll 2 dice, what are the odds both will come up even? Each dice has a 1 in 2 chance of coming up even, so both coming up even would be 1 in 4. What is another common name for computer software? A program. Which of these is not a warm-blooded animal? Ooh. It is sharks. I was hoping penguins would be warm-blooded given they generally live in the Arctic and the Antarctic. It is sharks. Which of the following empires lasted the longest? I want to say Ottoman? Byzantine. Okay. We are 10 questions through. Kieman, we answered this as our very first question. The Soviet leader who made perestroika his slogan was Gorbachev? The award ceremony for the Nobel Prize is held in, I want to say, Helsinki? Oh no, I actually don't know this one. I should. It's Stockholm. It was my first guess, and then I doubted it because it was my first guess and went for Helsinki. God damn it. Embarrassing. Title of Janis Joplin's posthumous album. It is called Pearl. The Christian movement was Reconquista for reclaiming the Iberian Peninsula. Which of the following composers is a romanticist? Wagner. Or Wagner, rather. My bad. German, so Wagner. Which American company began mass producing automobiles in 1913? Probably Ford. Keyword mass producing. Yup, it's Ford. Who captained the first expedition to sail around the world? That would have been Magellan. How many days were there from... Oh, no. Okay, so it is 3650 plus the number of leap years. I'll be right back. I just had a cat cause problems. Okay, I am back. Let's see. How many leap years were there? It's every 4th year, except for years that are multiples of 100, which isn't relevant here, but including years that are multiples of 400, which is barely not relevant here. So there would have been 2 multiples of 4 in this era. Probably would have been... Yeah, it would have been 90... Either 92 and 96 or 94 and 98. Doesn't really matter because there were 2, so it's 3652. Which of these is not one of the Great Lakes? Chaplin Lake, I'm pretty sure. Which of these ships did not sail with Columbus on his trip to America? The Santa Maria was definitely one of the ships. I want to say the Trinidad was. So either the Nina or the Pinta. And I want to say the Pinta was not. Oh, it was the Trinidad. Huh. Okay, I don't know. I didn't know that. Which of the following is not an oxide? Calcium oxide sounds like an oxide. Rust is definitely an oxide. It's iron oxide. Hydrochloric acid, hydrogen chloride. It would be this. The pillar of flame caused by an eruption on the sun's surface is a prominence, which can lead to auroras and occurs in the corona. This is Duran Duran. We answered it before. What do you buy in a butcher shop? Electronics. Meat. M is, I want to say M is 100. It is 1,000. I am very glad I checked that. What is the temperature of a cigarette flame? I don't smoke, so I definitely wouldn't know. 420 degrees Fahrenheit. Which of these is not a type of cheese? Kaiser. Which of these animals has a long nose? That would be an elephant. Who ruled over the Roman Empire at its zenith? Would be... I don't know. Trajan. Yeah, I don't know most of these. Which of these is an insect? Yes, definitely. No, it's beetle. Which of these is not a multiple of 12? 30. 12, 24, 36. We skip over 30. First roller coaster. Oh, good chance it was China or Russia. It was Russia, and according to Keyblade 999 on GameFAQs, it was basically a steep hill of ice. Fair enough. The tilt is 23.5 degrees for the Earth's axis. This is Vega. We answered it earlier. We are 35 questions in. Mussolini's fascist party took control probably almost certainly sometime in the 20s. I don't know when in the 20s. 22. The approximate radius, I want to say, is 6,000 miles. It is 4,000 miles. At least I was within an order of magnitude. Who was president of the U.S. when it had the most troops in Vietnam? Johnson. He thought he was in India. He called it the Indies. Not a fish would be whale. Furthest north. Not Los Angeles. Not St. Louis. Not New Orleans. Probably Chicago. Chicago, possibly St. Louis. I want to say Chicago. It is Chicago. This is basic. We answered it before. Napoleon was born, I don't know, probably, I'm gonna guess Sicily? Corsica. Like I said, I don't know. Getting a 9. 2 dice, what are the odds of getting a 9? Okay, so that would be 6 plus 3 is basically the only possibility? And you can do that 2 ways, either 6 plus 3 or 3 plus 6. Depending on how you, because you can order the dice either way. 2 in, there's 36 total different rolls, so 1 in 18? No, that's not right. Oh, duh. 3 and 6, 5 and 4. So 1 and 9 then. Because that is double what my initial guess was. I wasn't thinking. Not a hermaphroditic species is a woodlouse. Largest lake is... I wonder if it's the one called a sea. Kind of want to say Lake Superior, but... it's probably Caspian Sea. Yeah, the Caspian Sea. It's called a sea. It's big enough to be a sea. Yeah. Which of the following is represented by one letter in the... chitin? That is not an element. Oh no. Let's see. Calcium is Ca, nickel is Ni, so it's gotta be. Is it cerium? E is represented by one character in the periodic table of elements. Which of the following is represented by one character? The guide only has the question, which of the following is not represented by one character? I'm pulling up my periodic table of elements. Okay. And by mine, I mean I'm just going to pull one up on Google. Let's see. Calcium is Ca. Nickel is Ni, what I thought. Cerium. It has to be cerium by process of elimination. But the guide says cerium is Ce, which is definitely not right if cerium, which means cerium can't be. But chitin's not an element, so it has to be cerium, so the guide has to just be wrong. Cerium has element symbol Ce. None of these are correct! What? What? None of these are correct! Calcium is Ca. I checked that. Nickel is Na. Or sorry, Ni. Not Na. Yeah, calcium is Ca. Nickel is... spelled wrong, but it's also Ni. Cerium is Ce. Chitin isn't an element. None of these are right. I'm gonna go with what the guide says, cerium, even though it's blatantly incorrect. Good job, game developers. You were wrong. The highest mountain in the world is Everest. Which of these made from milk? It's going to be yogurt. In ancient Rome, Nero tried to destroy the city by... probably fire? Yeah, it was fire. We're over halfway there. Modern name of Constantinople is Istanbul. Composer of Canon in D minor, or Canon in D minor, probably, I want to say Pachelbel, but I don't know. Classical music is not something I'm familiar with. Pachelbel. Wow, I got that right. Pretty sure spy plane. The capital of Brazil is... that's the most well-known one, at least in my part of the world. Brasilia. Yeah, that makes sense. This is the most well-known. This would be the capital. Lincoln was which president? I'm gonna say probably 16th, but let me check. 16th, I had it right. Emancipation Proclamation? That would have been 63, I want to say. Because that was specifically to try and weaken... It was... So, it's a little bit controversial. Apparently, it was the Emancipation Proclamation was not to free the enslaved peoples, but rather to try and weaken the South by just freeing the South's people they've enslaved. It actually didn't affect the North at all. It's a little bit controversial from what I've heard. But 1863, I was right. King of the Beasts is the lion. Highest latitude is London. Famous Greek philosopher who expanded on the theory of idealism. I'm pretty sure it was not Sartre. I don't believe Sartre was a Greek philosopher, not an ancient Greek philosopher. Plato. Yeah, that makes sense. His theory of forms. That's kind of what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure enough to say. Used to take photos. A motorcycle. No, a camera. Some of these questions are just very, very silly. I mean, if you are an adult. If you're a kid, I can see not knowing that yet, just because you haven't learned yet. But some of these are very silly to adults. Quadruple Alliance? I don't know what that was. It was Italy. Plays music would be a... No. Yes, the cassette goes into the cassette deck. Okay. How many atmospheres can a 30-meter water-resistant watch stand? Not 30. That's... No. 4 atmospheres. You would need to know the exact pressure calculations for how much pressure you get per meter of water. And I don't know that off the top of my head. I would know how to calculate it, but I don't know it off the top of my head. Which of these is a vehicle? It's going to be a bicycle. Ha, yes, I'm going to ride my missile to work. Which of these works was produced by Leonardo da Vinci? The Last Supper. One of his most famous works. What parts of a spider's body are attached with no clear separation? Head and abdomen? Head and torso. I was close. Apollo 11, I believe, was the first land on the moon, but fact-checking that one again. Apollo 11. Java Bat? Oh, I do not know its wingspan. 6'5" wingspan. Oh my god. Oh my god. Lays the most eggs at one time. Not the chicken, that's one at a time. Though it'll lay multiple in a day. Sunfish. Okay, we are 70% of the way there. Which of the following shellfish is used to cultivate pearls? Oyster. I'm fact-checking all of these, even the ones I'm confident on, just to... Let's not screw it up this late in. Oyster. Who apologized to the Pope during the investiture controversy? Henry IV. Franco-Prussian War began in what year? 1870. What is a mistletoe used to attach itself to its host tree? Probably birds. Yep, it's birds. Mistletoe is a parasite, by the way. If you throw 2 dice, how many combinations will that update? Okay. 2 and 6, 3 and 5, 4 and 4, 5 and 3, and 6 and 2, so 5. Which of these is not one of Newton's 3 laws of motion? The law of gravity. It came later. It was not a law of motion. Inertia, reaction is the 3rd law. Equation of motion, I believe, is the 2nd law. Inertia is the 1st law, so law of gravity. Which of these is the hardest stone? I'm not a mineralogist. It's ruby. Which nation? That's East Germany. We looked that up earlier. Which of these composers lived the longest? It would be Wagner. Numbers that can only be divided by 1 in themselves are called prime numbers, but there is an additional clarification because people get this confused all the time. It is numbers that have 2 divisors, 2 distinct divisors, which are 1 in themselves. 1 is not a prime number because it has 1 distinct divisor, which is itself, which is 1. 1 is not prime. It has to be 2 divisors to be prime. Okay, 80% of the way there. French Revolution! When did they start chopping heads? 1789. Christianity became the official religion of the Roman Empire with what? I believe it's the Edict of Milan, but let's be sure. Yep, it is the Edict of Milan. Which element is represented by Fe on the periodic table? Ferrous, iron. Not fermium, though that would be a good guess if you don't know. Northern wind that blows across the southern French coast is called Mistral? It is the Mistral. What is Eric Clapton's nickname, which he used as the title for an album? Do not know. Slow hand. What base is the Babylonian counting method? It is 60 base. That's why we have 360 degrees around a circle. Interior angle of a pentagram. I want to say 108, but let's not fuck it up this close to the end. Okay, yeah, the formula is 180 degrees times the number of sides minus 2, gives you the total, divided by the number of sides, which gives you the interior angle. So 108. Which ethnic group founded the nation and became the Roman Empire? I want to say the Etruscans. Yep, the Etruscans. Hebrews would have been Judaism. Germans is German. I guess you could argue the Holy Roman Empire, but no. And the Greeks are Greece. What country was Hitler born in? I want to say Austria. It was Austria. Euro Disneyland was in Paris. We got this earlier. 10 to go. What year was the Culture Club album Color by Numbers? 1983. What is the name B.B. King is given his guitar? I have no idea. I don't know who B.B. King is. Lucille. What year was Rome sacked by... that would have been by the Goths? No. 375 AD. Crocodiles they use it as weights. We answered that earlier. What inspired Hinckley to attempt the assassination of President Ronald Reagan? Probably a movie. Yep, it was a movie. What year was Hall & Oates' hit album Private Eyes? Ooh, I need to listen to some Hall & Oates. I've not heard them in a while, but I really like their music. 1981. Which of the following has the same base element as graphite? Diamond! They're both made of carbon. I was confident on that one. This was sports. We answered it earlier. 2 left. Ears. We answered that earlier. 1 to go. Take a deep breath. Relax. Are you ready? Okay then, here's the last question. Good luck. The Machu Picchu ruins are representative of which culture? The Andes. Please don't let me fuck this up. Yep. Okay, I was right. Congratulations! I can't believe it. I never thought there'd be someone who'd answer everything correctly. Here's your prize, the Zet Saber. We got the Zet Saber. Oh, thank God we're done. Let's get out of here and never do this again. You can see why I recommended you have a guide for that. That is a very long and brutal quiz covering a very wide span of knowledge. And the questions are randomly picked from a very long list. So you really, really should have a guide for that one. Very few people are going to be able to know everything. 100% speedrunners might, because they're very impressive. But I don't. Okay, let's finish off today with some let's do some item development, and then we'll check Roll's diary, and then that'll be good. You did it, Mega Man! Let's head back to the Sulphur Bottom and give Blucher the key. I mean, we have to ask him where the next key is anyway, right? Did you want to do anything before we head back to the Sulphur Bottom? Indeed, let's do some item development. Bowling ball with the rusted mine will make the ground crawler. Bomb schematic, can't use that yet. Thick pipe with the artillery notes gives us the buster cannon, and don't have anything for the Zet Saber yet. 2 new special weapons. We'll have to check out what they do in due time. I also saw there was a talk to roll option. Ah, we can give you presents. let's give you the doll we picked up. Thank you, Mega Man. It's so cute. I always wanted a doll like this. Okay, that's good for that. Let's go check the diary and then we will call it good for today. We could possibly also check the newspaper as well. It's probably updated by this point, but we're good. Hey, there's the doll we got, the penguin. First key. We got the first key. It's hard being a supporter, not able to see anything, relying just on sensors. I'll have to try harder next time. I owe Mega Man that much. Hey, you're doing fine, Roll. Let me take care of the dangerous stuff. You just let me know if you see anything coming up that I need to be aware of. Pokte Village. Thanks to Mega Man's donations, the village of Pokte, which was destroyed by the bombs, has been rebuilt. Mega Man's such a nice person. He always helps people in trouble. I wish more people could be like him. Got a penguin! Mega Man gave me a stuffed animal today. A penguin. I've always loved penguins and the way they swim like they were flying through the air, through the water. Now that I think about it, there were no penguins on Forbidden Island. I wonder why. Interesting. Alright then, with that. Long one. Apologies for that. Next time on Mega Man Legends 2, I'm probably going to spend some time grinding out some money to upgrade another special weapon and get ready for whatever we're going to be buying next. Probably just focusing on a special weapon. But, yeah. Oh, you know what? I should probably grind out enough for that model ship as well. But yeah, next time on Mega Man Legends 2, we're going to be having a whole bunch more money in our inventory. And then we'll head back to Blucher and see where the second key is. I'll see everyone next time for that.